Hey everyone, welcome back. Crown Geek here. Now, many of you requested me that I should create a video on how to install the Android x86 on a virtual machine, and it should work along with the Wi-Fi properly without any kind of problem. So in this video guys, I will be sharing the step-by-step method to install the Android x86 on a VMware virtual machine, and it will be working properly with the Wi-Fi. Only thing you have to keep in mind that do not skip any part, as we will have to run few commands, and if you make any mistake, probably it will not work for you. So without any further delay, let's quickly get started. So first you need to download the Android x86. So open up any of your browser and you have to search here Android x86. Then you have to click on this website androidx86.org. I will also leave the direct link in the description. Now once you come up here, you will have to click on download here. Then it will ask you want to download from the SourceForge or from the ForceHub. So you can choose any mirror here. Click on it. Then it will ask you Android x86 64-bit ISO file or the 32-bit. So you can download the Android x86 64-bit ISO file here. And it's around 921 MB. So it may take some time. And if I talk about the version is the latest one, 9.0-R2. Alright, so click on it. And the downloading will be started here. You can see here. So wait until the downloading is being completed. So once the ISO has been downloaded, now next you have to download the VMware player. And for that I will be sharing the link in the description. You will have to come to this website and then click on Windows. And probably your downloading will be started automatically. But in case if it doesn't start, then you can click here on click here. If the download get blocked, then you have to allow it. Click on done. And you can see here the VMware player 17.6 will be start downloading. Again you have to wait, and once the VMware get downloaded, now you have to click on the downloaded file. You have to go with the basic installation. I'm already using the VMware virtual machine here, but once it will be finally installed, probably you will find a very similar interface like this one. And on the very left hand side you can see I'm already using 3 of the virtual machine: Windows 7, Windows 10 and Windows 11. Okay, so once you come to this page, here you have to click on create a new virtual machine. In the installer disk, choose the second option here, installer disk image. Click on browse and locate to the place where you have downloaded the Android x86 ISO. Select it. Then you have to click on open. Click on next. Guest operating system, here you have to choose the Linux. And from the version you have to choose other x64. So I can go here with other Linux 64-bit or the other Linux 5x kernel 64-bit. Click on next. Virtual machine name, I can name it like Android. Then click on next again. Now it will ask you that what kind of disk size you want to give to your this Android virtual machine. So I would recommend you to give at least 25 GB of space. Minimum you can also go with 10 GB. So it's all up to you how much space you have available. Okay, so I will give 25 here. Keep this option selected to split virtual disk into multiple files. Click on next. Now here it will ask you that these are the configuration. Now we have to make some changes here. So click on customize hardware. On the very top you will find the memory. By default, it may be get allocated to 512 MB or 1 GB, but I would recommend you to keep it at least to 4 GB if you want to enjoy the Android smoothly. And again, it depends that how much physical RAM you have on your device. Like if you have 16 GB, then you can go with the half of that, like 8 GB. If you have 8 GB, then you can go with 4 GB. But if you have only 4 GB, then go with at least 2 GB. And you can find it very easily. You can right click on the task bar here, click on task manager, click on the performance, click on memory, and you will find your RAM over here. Okay, so I will go at least with 4 GB. I can also go with 8. That's all up to me. The processor, again you have to bring up your task manager, click on the CPU from the left hand side. Now here it will show you the total number of core on your processor. So whatever is the core, you can put the half of that value. Like on my end, I have the 8 core. So I can enter the 4 processor core over here, or at least 2. Then next you have to click on the display here and check the option of accelerate 3D graphic. So these are the 3 changes you have to make here, and then you have to click on close and click on finish. Okay, so we have finally configured the virtual machine, and now we have to go ahead and install it. So this time select the Android here from the left hand side and then click on play virtual machine. Let me make it bigger size, full screen, and you will be getting this kind of page here. So here you have to select advanced option. So use your keyboard up and down arrow keys and click advanced option, hit the enter key. Then choose here auto installation, auto install to specified hard disk. Hit the enter key. And now it will be booting up. Next it will say auto installer. You have chosen the auto installation. Do you want to proceed, yes or no? So you have to select yes. And again hit the enter key. Alright, now it says Android x86 is installed successfully. So you can run it or you can reboot it. So in order to go with the perfect installation, I would recommend you to go with the reboot here. So select the reboot and again hit the enter key. And then you will be getting this kind of page here that will be giving you some options here. So you need to select the first one and we have to edit this. So in order to edit, you have to select it and then press the E key from your keyboard. And then you will be getting this kind of option. And here we have to edit the kernel Android. So again we have to select the kernel and again press the E key from the keyboards to edit it. And we will come to this kind of page. Now here use the left arrow key from your keyboard and keep pressing it and you will find that it's going back. So now we have to look here for the value by the name quit, this one, and we have to replace it with another name that you can see at the bottom of the screen. So delete it and then you have to type nomodeset space xforcevesa. Alright, so very simple. You have to replace the quit with this name that you can see here. So do it very carefully. So once you have replaced it, now you have to hit the enter key. And you can see the changes here like kernel Android 9, kernel nomodeset xforcevesa that we have replaced. So in order to boot with this, we have to press the B key from the keyboard. So type the B key. And now it will be booting up. And the Android will now be loading up. So again, you have to wait for some time here. It may take about a minute or maybe more than that. So just wait until you see the next screen. And here we go. So it says choose your language. So click on start. Then it says connect to Wi-Fi. Now in case if you are not able to connect to Wi-Fi here, then no problem. You can simply click on skip. Click on continue. Choose your date and time. So these are the basic things that you have to follow here. Then it will ask you protect your tablet with a pattern, pin, password or not now. So whichever option you want to choose, you can choose it. I will go with not now. Select a home app. So you can go with the quick step or the taskbar, whichever you want to. And bingo, so now you can see we have successfully installed the Android x86 on a virtual machine without any problem. Now it comes, what about the Wi-Fi? So once you come to this screen, what you will have to do from your keyboard, you will have to press Alt plus F1 key all together. So press Alt plus F1 and it will take you to the terminal. And now here we have to run few commands, but make sure you run them very carefully without making any kind of mistake. Alright, so the first command will be mkdir space /MNT/SDA and hit the enter key. Next you have to type mount space /DEV /block BLOCK /SDA1. Again give a space /MNT/SDA. Again hit the enter key. And then finally type VI space /MNT/SDA/grub x.menu.lst and hit the enter key again. And you will see this kind of a screen. Now here on the very top, you can see there it shows two different options, default and the timeout. Now we have to make some changes here. And in order to make the changes, first from your keyboard, you have to press the I key. And then you can come to timeout and change the timeout value from 6 to 0. Then come below. And in the first title Android x86, again here in the kernel section, you will find quit. So you will have to replace it again. So delete it and type the same value that we did in the previous step. And that will be nomodeset space xforcevesa. Alright, so once you have done, now press the escape key from your keyboard. So once you have typed the escape key, now you have to press the colon key from your keyboard. And it will take you to the very bottom, and here you have to type W and Q in order to save the changes. Hit the enter key. Now here you have to reboot, so type REBOOT, reboot, and hit the enter key again. Now the VMware will be rebooting again, so you don't have to do anything, just wait until you find the Android screen here. Alright, so the Android screen is up here. Now this time if I click on the Wi-Fi icon and if I try to search for any network, so the Wi-Fi name will be now listed here and you can easily connect it. Probably it will show you by the name virtual Wi-Fi as on my end, and you can see that it has been connected. And if I bring up my Chrome browser here, accept and continue, and let's bring up the YouTube here so that we can verify whether the internet is working or not. Okay, so it's working. Now let me search my own channel name here, Crown Geek. So bingo, now you can see that it's displaying all the result here, and I can easily access the internet without any kind of problem. And so on, you can just click on the Play Store icon and you can sign in with your desired Google ID, and then you can enjoy the Google Play Store without any problem. So that's all guys for today, and hopefully you found this information useful. And now you can enjoy the Android on a virtual machine without any problem. And if you have not skipped any part of the video, I'm very sure you will not have any problem while installing and configuring all these commands on the Android in a virtual machine. And also make sure guys, please hit the like, subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.